This summer is really the time that the hydrangeas really do shine. You can see the valley just lighting up with colour now. There's always a good succession as well. It continues right the way through into the autumn. So a nice sort of addition, especially on the right hand side where it's slightly more shady, so the flowers come that little bit later. As you can see, it's mostly a sort of sea of blue, a few sort of pinks that have trying to revert back to a sort of purple, but mostly blue. It really creates that sort of cascade, almost like a sort of a sea leading down to Mallard Pond. It's probably one of the most sort of iconic parts of the garden as you head through into summer. We're very lucky at Treby to have slightly acidic soil, so all the ericaceous plants do really well, and we also get fantastic blues with our hydrangeas because the acidity and alkalinity obviously changes the colour of the flowers. One of my most favourite sort of hydrangeas of the mop heads is Hydrangea enziodorm. It has these really dark blue flowers, which obviously will change colour depending on your soil type, but in our soil you get this lovely sort of deep blue. It's a real good one for us, and it's a real sort of showy hydrangea. It's also another really good one for cutting and drying as well. In addition to flower, leaf form, you can also get some with sort of coloured stems as well. This is Hydrangea Zorra. It has these lovely black stems. And these pretty flowers as well. It's got a nice sort of form to it, and it really stands out, as I say, with those lovely stems. Probably one of my favourite groups of hydrangeas are the paniculatas, and this one in particular, Limelight, really stands out with these limey green flowers, a real stunner, and looks particularly good in the court garden. The great thing about hydrangeas is there's so much variation in shape, form, and colour. In particular this one, this is Hydrangea aspera. It's probably one of my favourites. It's a good woodland hydrangea, great for the back of a border, sort of scrabbling away with a little bit of height. It actually has fertile flowers, so these will actually produce seeds, so it will actually naturalise given half a chance. It's really nice with these lovely felty, soft leaves and this lovely colour which was really brought out in the sunlight. Even at this time of year, as you head in through into summer, there's still colour and interest in the water garden. The Hemerocallis in particular, the daylilies are looking particularly good, and also the astilbes. There are other little gems like the Ligularia with the yellow flowers behind me, and also some of the coloured forms and leaf forms like the Persicaria, red dragon, which really does sort of contrast against the greens in this space. I think the great thing about this summer is that we've had quite a lot of rainfall, and that really has boosted the water flow through the water garden. So normally down to a trickle at this time of year, but still running with quite a bit of vigour. One plant we get asked a lot about in the garden, and something we've introduced more recently, is Dietes bicolor. It has this lovely form, these beautiful flowers that really stand out with these little sort of black patches on it. It does sort of fill quite quickly. You can split and divide as well, so a good one for starting with one and maybe dividing up and having several in your garden. It's really good. It flowers all the way through the summer, and it's a real sort of good last for this one. If you've got challenging conditions in particular and you're struggling with sort of coastal exposure, one plant that does really well in sort of dry, sunny bank are the Eryngium or the sea holly. It has these fantastic, almost sort of electric blue flowers at this time of the year. It will naturalise, it will seed as well, so it will fill all the cracks, so it's a really good one for, as I say, a spot where you're struggling with the salt winds. If you're looking for good summer colour at this time of year, one of the great plants we have in the garden and flowering down along Stuart Hill is Prostanthera lasianthus. It has these lovely white flowers which stand out against these green foliage. A real star at this time of the year.